What is up, all my beautiful dolly friends? I'm Dr. Doll, and welcome to another video. So, kind of left off on a little bit of a rough note last week, and I've taken some time off. I've taken probably about a week off, and to just sort of chill and not do anything like doll related, and just sort of get my bearings together on stuff, and I'm feeling better. Still trying to like take it slow. I've stopped taking custom orders from now through the end of the year, and that's really helped because I think I was just like, because I'm trying to build my business, I was so afraid of saying no to people, so I just kept taking like requests and orders because I was like, I really wanted to do them. I really wanted to like, show them what I could do, but I was just taking on way more than I could physically, put out, and it was causing my stress to rise, and the quality of dolls that I was putting out was starting to go down. And so I think I hit a wall, and so it was like, just okay, no more. I need to just regroup, refocus, and just, yeah. So anyways, I'm feeling better. I wanted to kind of come back in, since we left on kind of a low note. I wanted to come back in and do something kind of fun. You all remember this head from my Uncanny Valley video? So this was the head with the pink eyes, where we talked about how it's difficult to pull off pink eyes. I really liked this wig with the eyes. I thought that it blended the nicest with them. And then last night, just for fun, I just sort of did her face paint. I don't know if you can see very well. My camera stinks. So I did gray lashes instead of black, because I wanted her to have lashes, but I didn't want there to be, I wanted to reduce the amount of contrast around her eyes. So I chose gray because it would give her defined lashes while not drawing extra attention to her pink eyes. And then I gave her this very pretty sort of pink lip. I tried to do an ombre lip and it didn't really turn out. So I don't know, I need to practice on doing that. But I'm really happy with how she turned out. I think we have managed to avoid the valley. I think she looks pretty and cute rather than creepy. So I'm very pleased with that. So now we just need to attach this head to a body. So I have this body here. And the skin tone matches, so we're gonna use it. And it's not, the limbs aren't super loose, like they're actually really pretty good, but they are a tiny bit loose, at least in the legs. So I think what I'm gonna do is, when I get a doll like this where the legs are not really loose, but they're also not like really tight, I do sort of a temp fix, or I like to call it tightening. So rather than a restringing, you're just tightening the elastic that's already there. Because I like to save my restringing for dolls that really need it. If you hold them like this and the legs immediately just flop down, then that the elastic is probably to a point that it's just no good anymore. You just need to replace it. But if I hold a doll like this and they just sort of barely move down, that tells me that the elastic is still, it's not old, it's not stretched out. I think this is a fairly new doll. I don't think it's that old. So we're just going to tighten it for now. And it's super easy to do. What I'm doing now is I'm just taking the stuffing out, in case you were wondering what I was doing. I think this was an old Julie doll, and I don't think she is that old. I don't see a date on that tag. And I've said this before, but anymore, buying a brand new doll from, even just straight from AG's website, the limbs are not always tight. Sometimes you'll buy a brand new doll and the limbs are like this, where they're just already sort of loose because they don't use clasps anymore. They just tie the elastic in a knot. So it's a huge issue. People are very upset about it. And if you send them into the doll hospital to have the limbs retightened, chances are they won't actually do anything. I think they say, you know, it's like they have to be a certain amount of loose before they actually will restring. And if they do restring, they just use the knots again. So if you want them to be like super duper tight, the only way to do it is to use the clasping method. Or I should say the best way to do it. But this one's not bad. And there's still, oh, there's clasp on this. Okay, so maybe it is an older Julie. But do you see how there's still plenty of stretch in that elastic? The older, like, Pleasant Company dolls, you will see the elastic and it's like string. It's so, like, stretched out. There is no elasticity left. At that point, you just need to take it out, replace it. But this still has plenty of give in it. So what we're going to do is a tightening. Super duper easy. I have my lovely bag of assorted rubber bands. And I like to take a medium width rubber band. So about like that. And I've seen people do this with hair ties. Rubber bands work better. Hair ties, because they're round, tend to slip. And rubber bands, they have flat edges and they're also rubber, so they have more grip. And then you pull this taut and then you just put the rubber band under the clasp or under the knot and on top of the tension cup. So you're just stretching out that elastic a little bit more. This is a tightening, not a restringing. So dolls that are not super loose and that aren't super old, you can do this if you don't want to worry about, you know, taking your doll completely apart. A lot of people are kind of afraid to do a full restring themselves because you have to take the whole doll apart. They're just not comfortable with that, especially if it's a doll that, you know, means a lot to them. So this is an easy way, without taking the doll apart, that you can kind of extend the life of the elastic. It is temporary though. Eventually the elastic will stretch out to a point where it is no longer has elasticity, and at that point you just gotta replace it. So you can either watch a tutorial, figure it out yourself, or you can send them to the doll hospital, but again, they just do knots, or you can send them to someone like me who will repair them with clasps. Okay, so honestly the arms are like fine. They're still super tight. So we're just going to do the legs. And this is what they look like. It looks kind of funny. But this is what they look like. Just a rubber band. It's just a temporary tightening of the elastic just to make the limbs a little bit tighter and give the elastic a little bit longer of a life before it is replaced. The stuffing looks fine, so we're going to reuse it. Do you want to see what I'm doing? Sometimes I just get to talking and I forget that you can't actually see what's going on. So, a lot of you really liked my video about the Uncanny Valley, and so thank you for the positive responses on that. I really enjoyed it too, and I think it's such an important facet of like designing dolls and creating dolls. And so if you're going to be doing any kind of work on dolls, it's definitely something you should study up on. But I find it all just incredibly fascinating. And actually there's like a new horror game out. What was it called? Is it Maple Grove? I don't know. There's some new horror game out that actually, like, the whole premise is the Uncanny Valley and how there's like alternate humans living in the world who they like, there's something off about them, you know, like they look human but there's something off or something wrong that is unsettling. And that's like the whole premise, is that there's like people that aren't really human that live among us, that they're just pretending to be human, and there's something kind of unsettling about the way they look. So that was like really cool. I was watching some Let's Plays last night on that, and I think it's called Maple Grove. I might be totally wrong on that. But it was super interesting because we had just talked about the Uncanny Valley, and then there was a game about it. So, but it's the same idea, you know, when you there's a computer program that like generates human faces. Oh, I forget what it's called, but it like creates human faces that they're not actual people. And some of them, it's the same idea, like some of them are very unsettling. So it's a very fascinating phenomenon. I'd love to do more research on it someday. So if you'd like me to talk about it more in another video, then let me know, because a lot of people seemed really interested and fascinated by it, and I am too, honestly. I think it's super, super duper interesting. It's like, why do some things really unsettle us and other things don't? But, okay. Getting her nice and stuffed. Okay, these aren't Perma Panties. I think all the dolls they make now have Perma Panties, so, like, you can't take their underwear off. Which I don't have a problem with, but I know a lot of people don't like it. They like to be able to change the underwear out. Thank you also again for all the positive feedback and support after my last video, just talking about mental health and family stuff, and you guys were just wonderful and super supportive. So I want to thank you for that and for being just really kind and understanding. I know the internet can be a very like divisive place, YouTube in particular, but everyone was just very, very kind and thoughtful. So thank you for being so kind and understanding. Okay. I think we've got her pretty good and stuffed. You know, her booty's not stuffed very well. This will be my... Nope. I was going to say this would be my first pink-eyed custom. That is wrong. I made a mermaid with pink eyes before, and it didn't do well. I was very unfamiliar with the concept of the uncanny valley, and I think I created a little too much contrast, and it just made the eyes look really piercing and not good. So she didn't sell very well, but I've done a little bit more research since then. Yeah, we're going to put her head on. I personally really like this one, so I'm hoping that she will resonate with other people too. Come on now. Sometimes if you stuff it like too much, it almost makes it more difficult to get the head on. This is a really small neck socket, neck opening, like smaller than usual. Okay. Still has the neck string, so I'm just going to tie it taut. And there. Okay. We have a girly. And this is the Magenta Majesty wig by Dallas Doll Co. This is just a classic mold, a newer Mattel classic mold, which I prefer doing customs with those. And so now we just need to dress her. So I have this really cute dress that I bought from Yam Liz off of Mercari, and I've been dying to use it, but I haven't had the perfect like custom to use it on yet. So, but I think that the pinks are going to really pick up with her hair, and I think the blue will be nice. So I'll just try it. Maybe I'll hate it, but I don't know. I kind of thought it would work. And Young Liz also has an Etsy shop. I don't remember what it's called. I buy most of her stuff off of Mercari because that's where I do a lot of sales. But here she is. So it's this gorgeous sort of like maxi, or maybe it's midi. It's like ankle length dress with these gorgeous, like, are these cherry blossoms? They might be, or like apple blossoms. And then it's like got a little crop here. So this is her. We finished our pink-eyed girly. And what do you think? Do you think that I managed to keep her cute and not creepy? I think she looks really pretty. So just based off of my individual, like where my valley is, I think that I nailed it, but everyone's different and everyone's valley is different. So let me know if you think that she turned out cute or creepy, and kind of where she fits in with your uncanny valley. I'm getting the name Estelle from her. I've said this before, but I never seem to have trouble naming my custom dolls that I like put up for sale. I never have trouble naming them. They always just, it's very organic for me. But my own personal dolls, like, I don't know, it's like I stress out about naming them, and I just can't. So anyways, this is Estelle, and she will be up for sale probably later today. I'll get some pictures of her. She's my she has these gorgeous, these are premium custom. You can see, if I shine the light, you can see there's little glitter flecks in them. They're really, really gorgeous. And so they're like glittery, dark pink eyes. And then she has this gorgeous like violet to fuchsia ombre wig, and then the Yam Liz dress. So Let me know what you think. Do you think that she is cute? Do you think that she's still creepy? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like me to do more videos talking about the valley, then please let me know that as well, because I think that could be fun. So this is Estelle. She'll be up for sale later today. Thank you so much, as always, for watching my videos, and happy to be back. I missed you guys. Gonna take it easy for a while, but I will start uploading regularly from now on. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.